the mic is off. Obviously, I had the wrong button on. Obviously, we have to start with issues. The mic is on now. All right, it's Sunday morning, guys. Okay, give me some time to wake up. It's only 11 a.m. and I'm a creator. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, just let me know where you guys are at in the chat below. We'll always like to know who is watching the live stream right now. It's always nice. So I was saying when the mic was off, um, the mic was off, sorry, that I going to clean some time lapses with After Effects. And what's going to be fun today is I'm going to do it in a kind of a different way. For the first time ever, since I'm shooting and using bigger and bigger files, I want to actually use a proxy on After Effects. So it's gonna be kind of a different workflow. I think I used proxies in the past with After Effects. Hey Francisco, nice to see you here again. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do some cleaning with After Effects using proxies, and I'm going to show you how to swap the files when you're done cleaning. So Premiere Pro. So the first thing I like to do when I'm ready to clean, so I'm going to go to the screen right here with my bubble transition. Whoop, can you see my screen now? All right. So the first thing I like to do when I exported the first file, the first thing I like to do is import all my video on After Effects, on Premiere Pro, and then just watch them. Hey, Brian from New Jersey, my colleague. So what I'm going to do, see, I have a 4K sequence right here, and the sequence is in 4K, that's it. But I created preview, and the preview are only in HD. You can, if you want, create 4K previews, but right now I created previews. You can see it by the green line right here. So what I like to do is, once I'm done with other time-lapse and Lightroom, is just watch the clip full speed, decent quality, better quality than other time-lapse, obviously. And then with the preview, it's going to be like the full speed. So I can see what's going on. I can see what's wrong with the time-lapse. So this is one we shot during a workshop a month ago. It's been a month already. Was it March? 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. Okay, so the first one, I didn't see anything besides some helicopters that need to be removed. Here we have a beautiful day tonight. I'm going to clean with you guys. This one's going to be fun. Yeah. This one, I can't wait to clean it. There's like a little bit like some plants, some trees at the bottom right I might be able to remove. Maybe. Other than this, yeah, probably a few helicopters here and there. I don't see any flicker. Their time lapse is like so much better now with flicker. It's insane. Yeah. All right, and then we have the same one, but with the Sony camera. So it's going to be the same. I think I created a proxy for the Sony camera, even though that's the smaller file. I'm not sure what I did this, but I just wanted to try. Let's see if I can show you. I'm going to show you as well. Like Brian just shot the next time lapses last night actually, and he sent it to me so I can clean it. Here is how the time lapse looks like. Looks really clean. Of course, I see birds, planes, helicopters. That's going to be easy. A little bit of contrast flicker when the boats are passing that we will be able to easily remove. Other than this, it's a great time lapse. So see, that's what I do. The first step of the cleaning workflow is to see what's going on with the time lapse. So once you go to After Effects, you already know what to clean. Even though you can do that with After Effects, it's kind of faster to load a quick preview here on Premiere Pro. So I think we're pretty good here. So I'm going to go to After Effects now. Of course, let me know if you have any questions in the comments below regarding my workflow. I'm going to open After Effects now. If Premiere Pro is good, okay. Wow, it takes a while to save it on Premiere. It's Adobe. Oh yeah, so I'll quit this one. All right. And then now I'm going to import all my files into After Effects. So we're going to have this one, this one. Here I'm going to take the proxy file, and then I'll show you how to work with a proxy. So if you don't know what a proxy is a smaller version of your file. Usually you use proxy a lot in editing, video editing. You know, that's what you do, especially if you shoot with like super huge files. Here we'll be able to, which one is it? It's MP4, as you can see. So it's still the same size. See, it's still like 40x6 by 2304, but it's an H.264 file. So on my computer here, I have two versions of it. I have the full MOV file, which is the final time-lapse we're going to replace. And this is the H.264 file. Yeah, you can see the different quality. It's really bad. But that's going to allow me to edit and clean it super quick. I'm not sure why I actually took this time-lapse. Like, this is the only 4K time-lapse since, you know, it's the Sony a7S III. I could do, let me create two proxies right now, so I'm going to show you how I do it. You can do it with Premiere Pro, actually, if you want. You can create proxy with Premiere Pro, but the easiest way, hi Jimmy, nice to see you here. The easiest way to do it is Media Encoder. So, here's Media Encoder. You might see a crazy cat in the back. Yeah? Pixel is going nuts this morning. Okay, so I'm gonna go and take the one Brian shot, for example, and we can take that other Wehook and Day Tonight. So I'm gonna move them to Media Encoder right there. Okay, so I see it's already H.264, but if you want, you can just click on here. I don't think I have a proxy presets I made for this one, but it's pretty quick to just go here. You want to keep the same size, you want to keep the same frame rates. And here, it doesn't matter what bitrate you use, really. I mean, you still want to kind of see the details a little bit, so maybe 50 should be fine. 50, you know, it's still creating a very small files, 1.7. You don't need the audio, and we're gonna make sure it goes to the same folder. Okay, I'm gonna do export, and it's gonna be an MP4 file, so you can keep the same name. And see, that one is like a 5K file. I'm exporting in 5K now, so it's gonna be easier to work with the proxies. Here, I'm just gonna do like 50 here for both. Okay, we just want a small H.264 file to work with it. And then you click OK. So now see, you're going to create the proxy from the bigger file, and you'll be able to work on this file. It's going to make it so much easier on After Effects to actually work and clean it. It can work with video editing too. That's what it is with Premiere Pro. Hey, Warrior703. I'm a weird guy who likes to watch time lapses because they're relaxing. Yeah, I think they are. I think there is no art like time-lapse photography. It's very unique. It's very poetic, I like to say it. Especially like the one I'm doing right now. Like the one Brian shot, like look at those clouds and everything. It's super relaxing, especially sunset, like astro time lapses. I love it. So you're not a weird guy. I think, yeah, maybe all the time-lapse community is weird then. We were kind of weird people in a way. Hey, let's go wait 5 hours here at the same spot. But that's what makes time-lapse photography pretty unique, you know what I mean? Oh my god, the cat is going nuts. But welcome to the live stream. Thanks for being here. We are creating proxy right now, if you just join us. How many people? 10 people are here. Hey guys. If you want to just let me know where you guys are from in the comments below. No, it's not in the comments, in the chat, which should be on the right side, depending on what device you're watching from. Sorry, where you're watching from. On the phone, it might be under. On TV, I don't know if you watch on the TV. I don't think you can comment, but they should do that, though. You should be able to comment on the TV. Right now, I'm creating proxy, so I can start the cleaning on After Effects using the proxy, and I'm going to show you how to work with a proxy on After Effects. It's kind of a cool workflow, so that way, even if you don't have a big computer, a very powerful computer, and you want to create 8K files, It's possible. Or I guess get M1 Mac, but still. So it's pretty quick. I mean, how long is this time lapse? I don't even know. It's like 30 seconds or something. 28 seconds, yeah. All right, perfect. So, okay, we have the first one done. So I think I can go to After Effects now. See, I have the few time lapses I'm ready to export right here. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, go full screen, please. Okay. Once media encoder is done, the computer should be a bit quicker. So I'm gonna go get my proxy here on my time lapse, on my computer, sorry. So if I go here, and then MP4, perfect. See, it's 175 megabyte file. That's perfect. So I'm gonna remove the full quality time lapse, so this one, and then we're gonna replace it later. We don't need it right now. So see, I have two proxy. I'm creating a proxy for this one, and this one I don't need. I don't think I need a proxy because it's get a drink every time I say proxy. But yeah, we're gonna work with proxy. The second one is gonna be almost done. I think we can start easy. We can start with this one here. I gotta clean that one anyway. We're gonna start with this one, super easy, and then when it's done, we're gonna do some bigger day-to-night time lapses. We have Max from Frankfurt. Hey Max, Frankfurt is definitely on my bucket list too. It's such a beautiful city. Time lapse, FR time lapse. Romain, I think, right? Not sure. I think that's what your name is. Nice to see you here. And then Tony from Sweden. Thanks, Tony, for joining us today. Pretty cool and chill live stream here from Los Angeles, California, where it's always sunny. It's funny, like you talked about the weather when I was just talking about the weather. No, it's a bit chilly today. No, it's not chilly. It's 18 Celsius. So what is it in Fahrenheit? Fahrenheit is like 66, so it is good weather, I guess. It's pretty sunny, and then look, this is what it's gonna be for. Yep, we can see we're in summer now. Not a single cloud. It's gonna get hot in a week. It's gonna get hot, that's for sure. Hey Laurent, how are you? Bonjour, la France est ici. Springtime, almost summer temp. Yeah, and springtime means storm chasing time as well. Tornado season, storm season in the Great Plains. I don't know why my computer is so laggy just to create a proxy on media encoder right now. What does it say? 5 minutes. It's going up for some reason. Is my backup going on right now? Sometimes when it's backing up my computer with Backblaze, it just slows down the entire hard drives. It could be what it is. No, it's not backing up. Okay, I should be fine. So this is the time lapse. Here it is, ready to go and ready to clean. The first thing, I already did the preview, so I already kind of know what I need to fix on this one. Helicopters, I don't think there is much, but I always, yeah, my computer is very laggy right now. Okay, so I don't think he likes media encoder and OBS, so I'm going to stop media encoder right now. I think we have enough with two proxies. Yeah, need a new computer at some time. Hopefully, if I don't have $3 grand to spend in a computer. Okay, I'm going to stop media encoder right now. Okay, hopefully we're back on the stream. All right, let's clean. Let's clean. So the first thing I do is obviously check if you need stabilization and if you need to remove some blurry frames. So the first thing I go is I'm going to go back to 8-bit per channel here. It's going to be a bit quicker to load. And then I'm going to zoom in to like 200% on the time lapse. And yes, I checked literally every single frame. Hopefully my computer is going to be fine. So I start and then just usually stare at one tiny area. So for example, like kind of like the buildings, or maybe just this tiny light right here. And then as soon as I see a blurry frames, I stop and I fix it right away. And I think it's important because you can have like one blurry frame at like 6 seconds, for example, and you don't want to keep it. That's why you want to remove it. And obviously, if you want to know more about all these techniques, I have a course called Advanced Cleaning for Time-Lapse Photography. Check the link in the description below. It's probably my favorite course ever made. You're going to learn so much about After Effects and how to clean your time-lapses. And obviously, cleaning a time-lapse is like raising its value. It's like cleaning a photo. You know? You clean a photo, you clean Photoshop, you clean a photo, why not cleaning a time-lapse? You gotta clean your time-lapses, that's important. Francisco, j'ai instruit un peu de français au collège. Nice! So you speak a little bit French? I swear, Italian, I'm terrible at Italian. I know arrivederci. Yeah, I know nothing. I don't even know how to say I love you in Italian. This is bad. I should know this. It's probably close to Spanish. I guess Spanish, Italian, French, they kind of have like similar vocabulary. So right now, yeah, I am actually staring at this tiny dot right here. Yep, you can do whatever you want, you know. And then if I see it getting bigger or moving, it means either it's the time lapse is shaky, or number two, there's a blurry frame. So right now, so far, so good. It wasn't really windy. I was not touching the camera, so there's no reason this time lapse have a blurry frame. And sometimes I watch my time lapses from like 2014, 2015. The amount of blurry images is nuts. It's so weird because at the time, this helicopter is like teasing me. It's like at the time I couldn't see those blurry frames, but now it's like even if there's only one in the time lapse, I can see it right away. All right, we're almost at the end of the time lapse. It's 11 seconds long. Pixel, can I calm down a little bit? Ah, Pixel. What's up? Look at this. See, in New York, we don't have much problem with birds. We do here and there, but it's a lot of helicopters, especially around sunset. Sometimes it's also the last frame. You know, when you're stopping the time lapse, make sure you check the last frame. That's the one that can be blurry or... Yes, I mean, is it moving? Yeah, see, the last frame is moving a tiny bit. So what I'm going to do is just move the work area. You know, it's fine if you remove trim comb to work area. Okay, good news. We don't need to stabilize it. We don't need to, what was I going to say? We don't need to remove any blurry images because there's no blurry images on this one. So, perfect. Now we can clean those... I'm not gonna curse those those stupid helicopters. How much time do you spend to clean a time lapse? It depends. See, I mean, this one it's been already 10 minutes or something. Usually can go between half an hour and 45 minutes for a simple time lapse like this, depending on how much cleaning I have to do. For a day tonight, it can go sometimes a couple hours. So I'm gonna double click on this. We're gonna use the clone stem tool. I don't know if you know. There's a YouTube video about this tool here if you want to learn how to use it. Clone stem tool. And basically what we're going to do with the clone stem tool is we're going to clone one frame or before. Sorry, it's the monster coming back up right now. We're going to use one frame before or one frame after. So here, see source time shift -1F, -1 frame. So if you have a problem with -1 frame here, you can just do 1. And I'll take a frame after. So now let's just go and play it. So what we can do is, I believe if we go back to half quality here in my composition, I believe it will be using half as well in the layer, which should be a bit quicker to load. And as soon as we see a helicopter, well, we remove it. I mean, not all helicopters. You know, I don't remove 100% of all of them, like especially the ones that are pretty far. Especially the ones that we do see on multiple frames. You know, as soon as it's not distracting, I'm gonna leave it on the time lapse. But it's pretty big. It's only on a few frames. It's distracting. It's just not very nice looking. I'm just gonna, you know, remove it. And that's what's good with time lapses. There's usually a delay between every single frame, which means like on the next frame, the fast moving elements, whatever you want to remove is gone. So it's not like a 24 frame per second video, for example. So right now, yeah. Now it's After Effects is always like this. My computer is getting a bit slower. It's a 2019 computer. It's a decent computer, but I think there's two things right now. There's OBS running in the back, which is pretty hungry with, you know, processing, processor, whatever. It's also a huge file. You know, it's a ProRes 444 with like 1 gigabyte of data right now. So yeah, it's pretty. I think it's a lot of things together, and also After Effects is never perfectly smooth like this to play back videos. Like even an M1 Mac, I'm sure, would not play a quick time lapse like this. Okay, so we have one helicopter right here. So remember, I have the clone stem tool. So look what I'm gonna do. Bam! It's gone. You know what? I can kind of see the clone right here. So let's try to use -1 frame. Yeah. See, you're gonna see how perfectionist I am at my cleaning step. Like it's nuts. No, you don't want to? What's going on here? Okay, I'm going to remove the paint area and let's start over. Okay. Why it doesn't want to? Of course, it's like when I'm go live. Oh, I put 0 frame. That explains a lot. 1 frame. All right, let's start over. Okay. I want to take -1 frame. Okay. Let's start over. Sorry. All right. Perfect. Next frame. Up. Next frame. Next frame, he is gone. E. Yeah, that's a he. Oops, sorry. If I need to delete on the first frame, you need to write +1 and after change some. Exactly. If you're on the first frame, of course, you don't have content before that. So same thing for the last frame. You want to use the frame before. You can adjust. Really, a frame before or after doesn't really matter depending on what you have on your time lapse. See, like I have some fast moving clouds here, so it might be interesting to check with both 1 frame before or after. Right now, you can see here I'm using -1 frame. So up, see. It's gone. It's so satisfying. Poof. And it goes pretty quick too. And why do I do this on... A lot of people ask me sometimes, why do I do this on the video and not on... See, up, we have another one at the top left right here. Why do I do this on the video and on a picture? I found this so much easier to remove everything I need to remove in one place. It's easier to load 1 frame here than to load like a frame on Lightroom, for example. It's still slightly, I mean, it's pretty quick on Lightroom too. I just find it so much easier to remove and to paint over those little birds or helicopters here using After Effects. You give me more control. If there's a big element, if the bird is like 3 feet away, 1 meter away from your camera, it's going to get huge. And you don't want to use the clone stem tool in that case. You want to use a masking. So that way, Lightroom is not going to help you. On After Effects, no matter how big the element is you want to remove, you'll be able to remove it. On Lightroom, it might be a bit tricky. Yeah, those helicopters at sunset. If I need to delete on the first, yeah, sorry, do you prefer a laptop or desktop? I am so much desktop. I'm working on an iMac right now. I like big screens. I have a little MacBook as well, but I'm only using it for file transfers and put everything on hard drives. I don't even edit. When I'm traveling, I don't even edit my stuff. I sometimes load them on a time-lapse just to see how the time-lapse looks like. But other than this, it's only to transfer the files. I want a big screen. I have a big second monitor. Like this is a 21.5 inches screen iMac, and I have a 27 monitor on the right. I like big screen. I like seeing like everything. I don't like on a computer, on the laptop. Sorry, it's very small. You always need to carry your mouse with you on the side, like the trackpad, I think you call this. I don't like it. So see here, we have a little computer. Sorry, I was talking computer, but see, you can see it's really tiny. Yeah? I'm gonna zoom in. We have a helicopter right here, but see, like we see it on so many frames. I don't think it's very distracting, so I'm gonna leave it. They're pretty far away. They're not like really in the foreground of the time lapse. It's really not that big of a deal. I think Emeric from 2017 or 2018 probably would have removed them, but I think I'm like, nah, I'd rather remove only distracting element, very distracting element. Okay, so we're good with this. We're gonna go back to the composition. Now we're pretty much good. We don't have any blurry frames. We clean the time lapse. The last thing we need to do is to apply neat video. I do apply neat video for absolutely every single clip now. And it's not just for the grain, it's also for the sharpness. So you might not see it on your side because you're watching a live stream, but the sharpness is nuts. So I'm gonna try to find a frame where there is like a pretty smooth sky. It's gonna help. Maybe first frame, I think this area might be nice. So you want to go back to full quality here. Okay, I'm going to save as well. And then I'm going to go back to my effects and presets, go neat video up. We're going to apply it. We'll double click, I guess. You want to go back to full quality here before you click on prepare, for the only reason that it's going to ask for a reference area. So if you do half the reference area, it's going to have to be bigger than if you do full quality. Tony, cool to see the workflow. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. So now I'm going to try to find a reference area that looks pretty smooth. See like how small, this one is perfect. See how small the box can be when you're full quality. Because like if I'm going to remove, I'm going to go back to half quality. Technically the square should be bigger. Yeah, see, it has to be a bit bigger for, it's not much. But just go to full quality, prepare, and that way you don't need a big reference area for neat video. So if you don't know what I'm talking about here, it's a plugin called Reduce Noise by Neat Video. And if you're serious about your time-lapse work, you definitely need it. And it's not only to reduce the noise. See, there's always a little bit of noise, depending on what the color correction you do. Pushing the shadows, exposure, it might create some noise. Obviously, having a bit of noise is fine on a time-lapse, but it's also a great plugin for flicker. If you just have a little bit of flicker, it's nice you can use it, and also it's great to add the sharpness without creating grain. So here I'm going to build a profile. In the noise level, usually what I like to do is remove a little bit, so it means I'm keeping a little bit of grain, -10, -15 usually, and then you can go begin. Okay, so now it's removing the grain. Perfect. And then when you go to adjust and preview here, in adjust and preview, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. It's such a beautiful composition. Too bad there is this barge on the left. See, you have a flicker right here. So the thing is, like, you don't really have much control on the settings, but it works well if you just have a little bit of flicker. I'm going to put it there. And then if you go to spatial, whatever you said, you have sharpening, and this tool is amazing. It's a one-time fee. It's like a $75 plugin, but honestly, it's so worth it. It's so worth it. So what I like to do is, I don't like 100%. I usually go 80, 90% here. And I do like halfway for medium, so like 40%. And then large, I go like 10, 15% usually is pretty good for what I want. And then when you see like the difference is nuts. Like if you might actually see it on your side. No, maybe not. But damn, it almost looks like it's blurry before. It's nuts. Almost looks like it's blurry. So now you have a grain-free, super sharp time lapse. Yeah, wow. It's nuts. It's the difference is uncanny. Is that how you say it? Sometimes there's some words I know what they mean. I just don't know when to use them. But yeah, look at this. You might see a little bit on your side. Let me know if you see the difference between before and after. So that's with the reduced noise right now. And then here, hold on, I didn't even see it. Okay, here now it's without it. Yeah, you're probably not gonna see it, but and then poof, that's with the difference. It's nuts. It is nuts, I'm telling you. $75 to make your time lapses like 10 times better. It's a good investment. Even if you don't make money from it, you know, it's still pretty good. What about the new noise reduction in Photoshop or topaz denoise? So first of all, I don't use Photoshop for my workflow, but if it's great for time-lapse photography, for a single frame, just go for it. Or topaz denoise, I'm sorry, I don't know this one. There's the new AI one in Lightroom, which I believe is probably the same than Photoshop. I did try it. It's nice, but first of all, it takes forever to create the DNG, and it does create a DNG from the picture. So no, it doesn't really work for time lapses. If maybe if it doesn't create a DNG, maybe if it does directly the work inside Lightroom, but then LR time-lapse should be able to read that. So it doesn't work for time-lapse photography, unfortunately. So that one is good. The neat video is always the last step. So I'm not gonna export right now. My computer is gonna get on fire. But what I'm gonna do is a new folder here. I'm gonna do to export. I'll do this after the live. So I'm gonna put the time-lapse and the composition in here. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what I do when I export it at the end, obviously. So let's switch to another time-lapse right now. And let's work with a proxy. I think it's gonna be nice. Let's do this one that Brian Uchak, my colleague, probably watching from New Jersey, shot yesterday for a time-lapse company. So that's exciting to actually clean this one with you guys because I don't know anything about it. I mean, I watched it once, but it's not a time-lapse I shot, so I wasn't really there before. So it's so funny because that's a time-lapse I didn't shoot, but I'm gonna clean it. So first thing first, we're going to check for potential stabilization or blurry images. And the tower here looks like the one by Central Park. Looks like the same kind of skinny tower. Interesting. All right, let's see if we have blurry images. Oh, look at all those bugs. Dang. Oh, it's probably a mix of water and bugs, I guess. Okay, so we have one. Okay, we're gonna have some stabilization to do, but let's see if we have some blurry images. Yeah, it's moving a tiny bit. Not a big problem though. It's beautiful colors. Look at this reflection, beautiful. Wow. So usually during the day you don't have any blurry images, but it's like when you start getting to slow shutter speed and especially if you're shooting manual focus, it might happen. Manual focus, sorry. Manual exposure ramping, manual mode. It might happen, but beautiful colors. Yeah, there's some contrast flicker when those boats passing really close from the camera. Okay, I'm like, yeah, remember, I'm working on the proxy right now. So the quality is not as sharp as it will be at the end. But remember, the neat video, you don't want to do it on the proxy though. You want to do it on the final MOV file. But for everything else, you can work here with the proxy. That's going to make you save a lot of time. See how quick it is to load the time-lapse in full quality? Amazing. So far, so good. Not a single blurry frame. Oh, I think I saw one. Wow, it's really subtle. It's this one. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's... Wait. Yeah, that one technically is. You might not see it. Again, we're working with the proxy file, but if you look at one of those windows here on the Chrysler building, see? Yep. All right, so we're just going to remove that frame. We're not going to remove everything in that frame. We're just going to replace the skyline. The sky here, the sky or whatever clouds you have is usually not that blurry. So what I'm going to do here is duplicate my layer, and then we're going to use, again, like a frame before, for example. Basically, we're doing the same work than the clone stem tool. We're just doing it manually. So see here, I have one frame before, and this frame before, I'm going to move it, poof, on top of the blurry image. I'm going to hide it so I see the blurry image. I'm going to go back to full screen here, and then I'm going to create a mask around the skyline. Up. So a G. It doesn't have to be a perfect mask, really. Like, it's only like one frame after, before, sorry. And then we're going to use a quick feather as well to blend everything. And it's not even, the image is not even that blurry. See, yeah, you see me, like, my perfectionism right now. Like, I know I can't leave that frame in the shot. I can't. Or I'm gonna know there's a blurry frame. Especially, this is actually a time lapse for one of our clients, so they gotta get the best quality we can offer. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back and zoom in on the Chrysler building. It's gonna be my subject. So now that's the blurry image, and see, poof, it is gone. And now that I have my mask and one frame ready to go, if I have another blurry frame, it's going to be super quick to remove it. So I'm going to click F, and then here we can do maybe 25 pixel. We don't need a really big feather. Okay, so I'm going to go back to 200%, and then we have a few seconds of time lapses left. Let's see what we get. Oh yeah, there's a few. Right here we have another one right there. So if your time lapse is moving a lot, you want to stabilize it first. Here it's not moving much. I'll be able to stabilize after with a pre-comp. We have another slightly blurry image here. So see, I'm going to select the one with the mask, Command D, and then just move this layer on top of it. And that's it. It's fixed. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, we have a very blurry image right here. Yeah, this one you probably can see it now. But same thing, Command D, up, and then we move the top layer because it's already one frame before, so we just have to move it, and then we're good. Fixed. We have another one here. Honestly, it's not that bad. Like, sometimes is that like a boat here? Huh. Okay, so if I remove that frame, okay, that's a good example here. What I'm going to do here is completely remove the boats, because if I use one frame before, the boat is going to be twice at the same spot. So what I'm going to do on that blurry frame is use one frame after. So I'm going to duplicate the frame before. Okay, go here. Okay, so that's the frame before. You can see it. So what I need to do is go back to the normal frame. Okay, so that's here. And then, so since that's the blurry image, we're going to create the frame. We're going to go get the frame after and then move it on top of it. So now I'm using the frame after. Okay. Yeah, you gotta keep track of frame before, after. Was it this one or did I miss? Was it like the one before? Let me go back to Chrysler. I'm gonna remove this one. I think I selected the wrong frame maybe. Yeah, it's that one, sorry. So I gotta move it here and then put it back. Okay, now it's good. So the problem now we have here, because there's a boat at the same time, well, we have a boat right here. So to remove the boat on this frame, well, I'm gonna go do the same actually. It's not a blurry frame, but I want to remove that boat. Or actually I can just remove the boat, I guess, with just a mask, so that way we can keep this one here. Let's see if it works. So I'm gonna go and duplicate the original layer first. Yeah, see how far I can get a clean time lapse. It's always towards the end of the time lapse there's more work, especially during a day tonight. So that's the frame we need to clean. So I'm gonna go poof and move it, but I want to keep most of the frame. I just want to remove that boat right here. So what I'm gonna do is create a mask and then just create a mask in this area right here. Let's see. So right now it's not doing anything because the layer is hidden, but there it is. And then I'm gonna go F and a quick probably 45 feather should be fine. Perfect. No blurry frames and no boats. Next, we still have a few seconds left. Again, if you want to learn all those techniques, check my course, Advanced Cleaning for Time-Lapse Photography. It's in the description below. It's only like, I think it's $39, but it's such a good investment if you want to clean your time lapses. I think we have one more right here. No, it's just right here. It's just moving a little bit up. I'm gonna do it with this one. Yep. Keep going. All right, I think we're good all the way to the end. I'm gonna double check again this area here. If it's moving a lot, please apply the warp stabilizer first. Here it's not moving much. We're good. All right, I think we're good. So now let's go and stabilize it. Poof. We're gonna do this. We're gonna come back full screen. Warp stabilizer up. We're gonna do no motion because it's on the tripod, and we're gonna do position, scale, and rotation. Let's go. I love this. Let's go back to the camera. Every time. It's like always a delay. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. It's pretty good Sunday evening for you guys. For my European friends. I ended up at 2-second shutter speed, so definitely we have some at the... Yeah, there's always blurry frames. Like, I would say 90% of my time lapses end up with blurry images, especially if it's a dead tonight, if there's a little bit of wind. It's not even the manual mod the issues, you know, like, yes, you're touching the camera, even in the aperture priority, you can end up with blurry images. Yeah, it's a noise canceling headphone, so I can't really hear the fan of my computer, but yeah, it's going right now. Yeah, so this is what it is. We are doing the warp stabilizer right now on this beautiful day to night time lapse shot by my friend and colleague Brian in New York yesterday. It was yesterday sunset in New York City. Oh yeah, it's May 8th. Yeah, in France, May 1st and May 8th. In France is a holiday. Yeah, I don't think it's a holiday here. I don't know. Let me see. No, it's probably not. I don't even remember what it is. Wait, is it? Oh, it's Mother's Day here next. Oh, it is. World War II Victory Day, right? Holidays in France. That's my iPhone is telling me it's a holiday in France. Interesting. 12 people are here. Thanks, guys. If you are new, just let me know in the chat where you're from. It's always nice to see where you guys are coming from here in on YouTube. I have people from all over the world, which is what I like. It's super nice. We are cleaning some time lapses right now. We are cleaning this time lapse of New York City. Day to night time lapse. I just removed the blurry images and now I'm stabilizing it with the warp stabilizer. As you can see here, we have no motion and position, scale, and rotation. I don't think those clouds are going to be an issue, but if they are, I'll just create a mask with just the skyline. Yeah. See how fast it is? It's already 55%. Again, I'm working on the proxy, so that's why it's making it so much easier to remove. The next step, oh, sorry. You know what the next step is? If you remember, it's gonna be birds, helicopters, and planes. We're gonna remove those. I saw a few, not that many, but they still need to be gone. We don't want to keep those on the time lapse. Tomorrow I do have the suckering of the vines. Oh, you go like in the fields and you grab all the grapes? Is that what it is? Yeah, like fields, stuff like this it's kind of hard work, but we need them. Wow, look how fast it goes. It goes really fast. That's not what she said. Sorry. Okay, so what do we have? Warp stabilizer, 20 seconds left. And make it so much easier, like, because that could be 8K clip right here, and then when you replace it, so if I go to Command K, see, it's MP4 H.264, but I kept the same resolution. Like, you want to keep the same size. Or if you're gonna replace, when you're gonna replace your time lapse, if you have an HD proxy and then your time lapse at the end is 8K, well, you're gonna have some problems here. Everything has to match. Stabilizing. Okay, we have a 0.7%, so it seems about right. Let's see. Now I can go back to half and see if it's... Damn, all this... You know what? The thing is, like, I know I can remove all those looks like bugs. I might be able to remove them on the skyline in like just one click. No, 3 clicks. They are just at the beginning, so. But right now I'm checking the warp stabilizer. Looks pretty smooth to me. Looks pretty stabilized. No problem. Let's go a little bit later. Yeah. All right. Perfect. Perfect. So now we're good to go to the next step. Well, actually, we're kind of going backward in a way because... so did I create a new composition? Yeah, I have 2 composition on this one. So what I'm going to do is go back to the first comp. I need to double click because basically when you're working on the birds and helicopters, you're working on a layer directly. You're not working in the composition. So you have to go back to the original one and then work on the layer directly. So let's go and remove those helicopters or planes. Oh, there's one here. I mean, I can. Like, it's just blue sky here. It's like 1 click. You can adjust the size of the brush in brushes here. So you have different sizes. If you don't see brushes or paint, go to window, and then you have brushes here, paints right there. It's weird that it's not, oh, because it's not open, but yeah, it's right here, paint, brushes. Okay. So what I do when I'm looking for birds and planes is I stare at the middle right there, and basically I use my peripheral, I don't know what it is, my vision, where you see, you're aware of the things around you. So I'm like staring in the middle, and then as soon as something's gonna drag my eyes to the left, I know it's distracting. So I saw that plane, poof, right here. And this is how you not gonna miss a single. Sometimes you might miss some, but it's still like pretty fast. Oh, is it freezing? Yep. Okay, I think there's one more, no? No. It was gone by the next one. Alright, next. Okay, I saw one, but you're gonna judge me. It's so small. I can't believe my eyes got this. This is nuts. This thing is like 10 pixels. But I saw it and I was like, bye. Oh my god. That's so funny, like on my eyes. It's like, okay, we have like one, like that one here is not very distracting, so I'm gonna leave it. But that dark one has to go. Okay. It's not that bad right now. See, we already have 7 seconds done. Yeah, the dust and scratch it tab, I used that in the past. It just doesn't work all the time. Also for the bugs, I think what works better is to actually use the dark and fusion blending mode. Like lighten, but on the other side. And it works like a charm, you'll see. Unless you have the boats, but yeah. I can try the dust and scratches, see if it works on this one. You never know. Okay, let's keep going. It's just all the planes landing on LaGuardia. Must have a nice view from up there. If you're on the right side of the plane. Oh my god. They all coming at sunset, eh? I mean, technically I could use a light and fusion mode here, but there's those clouds coming, so I'd rather just do it manually. It's like a cleaner job. Because the fusion, the blending mode is not gonna work with those clouds. And again, if there's like, I mean, all those planes gonna be gone, but this is New York. See, you barely have any birds, but between like JFK, Newark, LaGuardia, the helicopters, it's like one of the buzziest airspace in the world. Definitely don't want to be an air controller in this area. I don't think I want to be an air controller at all. I watched a video, I forgot who he was, from Tom Scott, is that his name? Apparently, when you're flying above the Hudson River, there's no air control. You have to talk to other helicopters and planes or something like this. But it's as soon as you go over the city, you need a authorization from air control. But I think if you're above the Hudson River, you can pretty much fly, not exactly the way you want it, but you don't have as much control as like when you're above the city, of course. There's a video, I think it's Tom Scott, yeah, the British guy. Yeah, a lot of planes and helicopters here. I mean, it's like hyperlapse. When you're tracking a hyperlapse, it's time consuming, but you understand why you're doing it for. You know why. This helicopter here. It's kind of it's pretty relaxing in a way. Like you put some music on, you just do this slowly. Oh, don't have any planes now. And then I leave the planes at night. I like leaving the planes during the night. because they look like trails, you know, with fast, slow shutter speed. So like this one, yeah, this one is kind of, it's a helicopter. Yeah, I can remove this one too. It's not very good looking. Good thing we have blue sky. Up, see, and it's only like 7 frame, 8 frame. Is it gonna show up? Yeah, it's gonna show up right here. And it's gone. Let's see if we have anything else that needs to be fixed. We have a little bit of grain at night, but it's fine because we have neat video. We can even see the stars. Beautiful. All right. So how many frames did we clean? You go like in effects, paint, 60, 63. Yeah, it's not that bad. Actually, sometimes I go all the way like to like 200. Yup. Okay, so what's next? Now if we go back to composition, we don't have any birds, planes, helicopters. I think it's time to switch it back to the full quality clip. I think that's what we need to do now. So let me show you how to do this, because we're working on the proxy, remember. So this is my clip here. Again, tree zoom sunsets. So what you want to go is to your project window right there. You're going to do right click. We're going to go to replace footage, file, and you just go get the new one, and that's it. That's all you have to do. So that's which one? I don't want to MOV. Is that this one? 4 gigs. Yep. So I'm going to click open, and then bam. You're not going to see the difference in the live stream, but let's see. Oh yeah, so much sharper. And then I'm gonna double check if everything is fine though, between, you know, the paint, the brushes, the stabilization. I want to make sure. Did I just miss that first plane here? Wait, did I? Hopefully the proxy works on those planes. That would suck if it doesn't. Because it's MOV. Hold on. Let me see if we have the one after. Oh, because we're working on the layer? No. It should work on the layer too. Okay, I don't see any more planes. Just so you know, this is the first time I'm working my cleaning workflow with proxy, so I'm kind of discovering if it works fine. I think I just missed that first plane. Right? I don't see any more planes right here. So let's go back to here. Up, I'm gonna double click to go back in the layer. And then I think I just missed it because it's literally on the first 3 frames, right? Right here. See, sometimes you can miss some stuff, but that's why you always have to preview your files, your video a few times. See, Dead Tonight's obviously take more time to edit. Yeah, without those planes and so on, yeah, you can reduce your... Oh, yeah. When I have no planes, like stuff to remove, like it's so quick. All right, so this is the 4K file. Yeah, we have all those. I think I'm going to remove those. If there's no big boats. Yeah, until here. Until the boat shows up. I'm going to remove all those bugs in 3 seconds. So what I'm going to do is take my composition here, since we have the warp stabilizer, create another pre-comp. So all the way to 328, pretty much the first 4 seconds. I'm going to remove all those bugs right here. See, there's a bunch of bugs. It's not very nice looking. Okay, so until the boat shows up. After the boat, it's not bad after the boat. I guess we can leave it. But it's like the first 4 seconds right here. Okay, is the boat out of frame? Okay. So let me show you some magic here. Let's do this. Again, we're going to duplicate this. We're going to keep the first 4 seconds, so 328. Okay. So see, like right here, there's so many bugs. And what's great with those bugs is they are bright on a dark background. So the first thing I'm going to do is only... Do we have some here also on the right side? Oh yeah, we do have a lot of them. They are mostly visible on the skyline. Okay, we're going to clean this. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is create a mask around the skyline. So G. We don't really want... Of course, I can't see the colors. So if you want to change the color mask, you have to go here. Let's do like super red. Okay, now we can see it. Again, it doesn't have to be a perfect mask. You just don't want to have too many clouds. You don't want you want to keep only the buildings too. Up. That's Wilshire. Not Wilshire. Oh my god, I'm not in LA. That's Vanderbilt. And this is Chrysler Building. I think that's the United Nations here, right? Is it? The famous Empire State Building, celebrating 90 years old today. Not today, this year. Built in 1933. Are we in like the History Channel or something? All right, and then I'm not gonna go. I need to. I'm not gonna select the water. I don't want to select the. I think it's the FDR Drive, the freeway. I don't want to select the cars as well. So I'm just gonna go like this. Okay. Poof, poof. Almost done. Okay, so nothing's happening because it's like I have two layers. So let's see. We have a few boats here. Yeah, I don't want to get the boats on the mask as well. So again, up. Move this up a little bit. Okay, should be pretty good here. It's not gonna remove them everywhere, but I'll make a difference. I don't do something if it doesn't make a difference. Okay, let's see. All right, pretty good. So now comes the fun part. First of all, we're gonna do feather, and we're gonna do, I don't know, 20 pixels should be fine. Okay, so see what I'm going to do now. Let's go get one where there's a lot of bugs. There's a lot of bugs everywhere, but okay, we have a big one right here. Like you'll see it on the live. Like this one right here. This guy. I'm gonna go to full. So what you want to do is exactly like when you want to remove birds on a clear sky. You're gonna move one frame to the left to the right. We can move one frame to the right. So that way, the bottom layer is one frame early. And then what we want to go do, I lost my my little bug here. Where is it? I mean, there's a lot of bugs anyway. You have one right here. See, right click, blending mode. Instead of doing lighten works on the dark element on the bright background. We're gonna do darken. Poof! Look at this. It's all gone. Look at the difference. So see the clouds here is affected a little bit. I mean, it's pretty hard to tell, but dang, look at this. It's all clean now. All cleaned up. And then if I play it full speed, I mean, you can still see them here, but I'd rather, it's going to affect the clouds or the boats. I guess I can go down a little bit, but oh man, it's so magical. It's so satisfying too. Like the skyline is so clean now. I want to see. Can we see some here? Yeah, look at it. I mean, yeah. No, it works. It works. It's affecting other things as well. Like there was a little bit of steam coming out of the building and it's affecting it, but I think it's not a problem, to be honest. It's making it almost, it makes the skyline almost sharper. So what you want to check is obviously the final here. It might be doing some weird stuff sometimes. So I think what I'm going to do here, first of all, I need to go back one frame to kind of get a smooth transition here between the two layers. I'm going to go to transform opacity here, so 100%, and probably come back like 10 frames, okay? And then move the last frame to 0%. That way it's like the top layer is kind of blending and fading back to the original clip. It's not going to be like a cut. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we're almost done with this clip. We have one more thing to do as the neat video. So what you want to go and during a day tonight is usually around blue hour or of course nighttime. You get more grain in the sky. As you can see here, we have some grainy sky. So blue hour, kind of dusk area, somewhere like this. So since I have two layers, again, I have to create a pre-composition. All right, and then let's go get neat video. We're in full quality. Neat video is right here. Double click it. Up. We're gonna go full screen here. Up. Gotta go back towards the end. Okay, I think here it's perfect. Prepare. We're gonna do the depth flicker as well. We'll see if the reduce noise, the flicker works with the contrast flicker we have. If it's not enough, we'll just add some flicker free. 6.2, yeah, there's a lot of grain here. See, build profile, begin. Wow, look how smooth it is now. Gosh, technology is amazing. But again, I like keeping a bit of grain, so I'm going to remove minus 10%. Having a tiny bit of grain too, first of all, it's kind of natural in the video, but it also helps not having any, or reducing the risk of having, what's the word I'm looking for? What is it? Compression in the sky, like artifacts in the sky. That's the word I was looking for. Especially if you compress your file H.264 later, especially at dead to night, see where you have a lot of gradients in the blue here. If you have a little bit of grain, it might help reducing the risk of having this kind of artifact. So flicker, okay. We'll see if it works later. I'm gonna do spatial sharpening, of course. And then here we can go like 85, 90%, usually works fine. Halfway for the mediums. And a bit of large details. Okay, let's see how that looks. Nice. Yeah, I might go a little bit more. 60, 20, yeah. You don't want to get too much. Like you can tell when there is like too much sharpening sometimes. 25 is a bit much. Let's see how that looks. Nice, looks sick. Okay, and then you do apply. Oh, it's like a brand new time lapse. It's a brand new clip right here. With the sun, like it's so beautiful. Okay, so I think this one is ready. We remove the blurry frames, we stabilize it, we remove all the birds, planes, helicopters, even a boat. We remove the full boat. And then we did the reduce noise. So that one is good to go. I'm not going to export it right now. My computer again is going to get on fire. I'll show you at the end of the live stream how I'm going to render and export all of them using media encoder. So for now, I'm going to take all of them, gantry zoom, and then put it into export, ready to go. So that way I can close those. And let's go to Wehoken. I got to clean this one as well. It's a beautiful time lapse. Yeah. How long have we been on the live for? I don't know. I lost my OBS. An hour and 11 minutes. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. So I'm going to move this down here. And then, so this is not the proxy here. I guess I can do the proxy real quick. Let's go back to media encoder. It's kind of nice working with the proxies though. My computer was on fire, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch the proxy. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick, and then I don't think it's going to be done in 2 minutes, but I kind work with the proxy on this one because it's 5K file. It's a big file, 10 gigabytes. So yeah, let me show you again how to do a proxy because I feel like there's new people joining right now. Welcome to Emeric's time-lapse stream. The energy drink is kicking, I know. Yeah, so since my computer's gonna get on fire, I need to probably just do this and wait for it. It should take like 5 minutes. So it's this one, right? Let me see. Let me see if it's still the right settings. Wehoken. Yeah, see, it's a 5K video. 50 bitrate is fine. Okay. Let me go check on my Finder right now. Yeah, there's already like a version, so we're gonna remove it. See here. Export Wehoken MP4. Okay. Let's see if it's doing anything. I think OBS is taking a lot of RAM. Should be fast. Alrighty. Okay, guys. I'll be. Yeah. Yeah. I'll be right. Yeah, I'm right here. I'm right back. I'm right. Yeah, P2P. Okay. So it's I'm not sure why it's taking so long to create the proxy. Like 13 minutes for such a clip. It should be faster. It should be faster. I'm not sure why it's so long. Is it probably because OBS is in the back or something? "13 minutes? Yeah, something is weird with this clip. I'm not sure why it takes so much time. Okay. 12 minutes. Oh, it's going down fast now. Is it? Yeah. Let me go back to the screen. Okay. Yeah. Alright, well, we can chat in the meantime. Hopefully it's going to take... Yeah, it's going down real quick now. Not sure what happened, but now it's back to Less than 10 minutes. Brian, yeah, nice work, good teamwork. Yeah, it was kind of nice. Brian shot the New York City time lapse from before, and then I just cleaned it, and it's gonna go towards one of our clients. So that's pretty cool. It's nice to be able to share the work like this, especially because I'm in LA, so I can't really shoot in New York. But okay, we're gonna clean this time lapse because come on, look at this. Just watching the preview right now. Ah, so sick. I don't think there's much work to do. I know there's some helicopters, at least some planes. Other than this, I don't think there's much to remove. So, you know what I want to check actually? I didn't check on the previous video. I didn't check if the flicker was enough. The depth flicker, sorry. So let me go check on this. So that would be the final clip here. So I'm gonna go get when there's a boat. When there is a boat and see if the depth flicker from neat video worked or if it was not enough. Of course, just give me a boat now. Yeah, there's media encoder, OBS running. Computer's on fire right now. Yeah, that's the problem with creating time-lapse videos. I can't wait to work with the M1 Mac though. M2, oh, right here, we have a boat. Let's see if this boat, this ferry, is creating. No, it looks pretty smooth to me. A little bit at the end, okay. Right there, a little bit. Okay, so I still have a bit of flicker. But you know what? I could even remove this entire boat. I could if I want to. Do I really want to remove the boat? I mean, it's not... It's part of the time-lapse. I kind of want to remove it. Not all the boats though, but that one is only like a 4 frames. There's nothing on the water beside that boat, so... 1, 2, 3, 4... It's on 4 frames. It's a bit of flicker at the end, but... Should I remove it? Why not? So... I'm gonna... I'm gonna remove reduce noise right now. That way it's gonna be a bit quicker to load. And I'm gonna create another pre-comp. Okay, media encoder is almost done. So what was it? 10:15. After Effects. Adobe is always doing this thing, like with the panels on Premiere Pro. It's a nightmare. Keeps doing this. See, like, I'm not even clicking on it. Come on. Gosh. Adobe, I'm paying $55 a month for this. Come on. Get your shit together. Like, what is even happening here? Gosh. Okay. I want this one here. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's go get this ferry. Where is it? It should be like around 10:15. Alright. Yeah, see, it's creating a contrast flicker too, so I think what I'm gonna do is super simple. It should work. I'm gonna use 2 frames before and 2 frames after and then just merge them together. It doesn't look like the light is changing much on the skyline. It's only taking just a tiny part of the bottom part of the time lapse. So I'm going to duplicate it. We're going to go to here. So we're not going to use the brush tool this time. We're going to use the masking because that's a big element. We'll have more control with the masking. Okay, so we have the first frame here. So that's the first 2 frames, right? Yeah. 1, 2. Okay, so that's the 2 frames right there. So I'm going to duplicate this layer. I'm gonna go get 2 frames before. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, I'll leave it and then move those 2 frames on top of it. All right. So what we can do is now we're gonna do a mask. So I'm gonna hide it, and I want, actually no, that's this frame right here. I need to move the second layer. Is still, yeah, it's still the same. Where is it? I lost it right here. Okay, so that's those 2 frames right there, right? 2. Okay, so I don't need this. Okay, so the first one is hidden. So we're gonna do 2 different masking on the 2 different frames right here. So I'm gonna do G. We want to select only the part that we want to remove. Okay, paf, paf, paf. So nothing is happening here because it's hidden, but poof, I do this, it's gone. Okay, and then we're gonna go to the masking. Where is it? Oh, was it on the right? No, it was. Okay, transform. Wait a minute. I didn't select the right one. Mask. So I'm going to copy the mask. The mask has to go on this one here. Poof. Okay, I remove this one here. Mask number 1. And we can do the mask path. That way, the first frame is going to be like this, and the second frame is going to be slightly different. I think you have to click on mask right here. Back to G. Yep. And then that way, we're keeping as much as possible from the original frame. You can even add points if you want. It should work. Yeah, that's some extreme cleaning right here. Not sure why every time I do a new point, it gives me this crazy transition here all the time. Ah! Okay. And then move this one out of frame. So that way, first frame, paf, second frame, paf. Poof. It's so satisfying. Okay, so yeah, we can see it's because it's creating contrast flickers, so we definitely see the brightness is slightly different here. So what you can do is just go, I guess we're going to select all those buildings. Also, I'm going to use some depth flickers, some digital anarchy. I'm sure it's going to get rid of it. Other than this, it's pretty good. I'm going to go to F right here. I think like a good 30 pixels should be fine. Blend everything together, and then we still have the 2 last frame. It's going to be the same thing, but what I'm going to do is select 2 frames after. It should work that way. So see, that's the original clip right here. So I can use this one. I'm going to go 2 frames after. Okay, so that's the 2 frames right there we want to remove. So I'm going to select 2 frames and then move this back here. We're going to hide it, and then same thing. I'm going to do a mask around the fairy. Is this thing part of it? Yeah. Okay. You could do that. I'm not going to do all the fairies. Right here, I think it works because, first of all, for the live stream, it's pretty fun. You could technically remove all the fairies, but they were not that distracting. Yeah, it's part of it. So see now. Beautiful. Same thing. We're going to do a mask here. Mask path up. And then we're going to go to the next frame. I'm going to hide it so I can see the boat. Okay. And then we're going to move all those points. There's a lot of points. You don't want to delete them. Oops. You don't want to delete them. That if you delete those points right here, they're going to be deleted from the frame before as well. You want to keep them. You just want to move them around. You can basically, if you create new points, it's going to create it for the entire mask. So that's why you want to keep all those points here, or they're going to be gone from the frame before, but you need them for the frame before. Okay, I'm gonna save here. It's out of frame, so okay. So now see we have the 2 keyframes for the mask. Poof, 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 poof. And then if we put the layer back, bam, it's gone. Quick feather, 30 pixels, boom, up. Let's see. Okay. All right, we see its shadows. That's pretty funny. So what I'm going to do, I think, instead of just selecting this, I'm going to select the entire bottom area. That way, and then using the, so, yeah. Okay, the mask pass could work, but right now it's a bit extreme, so I'm going to remove right here. And I'm going to use the same mask. I'm just going to remove the entire bottom area just for those 2 frames. Yeah, I think it will work better since the shadows and the highlights are very different. It's the contrast flicker from Lightroom, unfortunately. See, sometimes it works. Sometimes you have to start over. You have to adjust. You have to adapt. That's what it is. So I'm going to remove this mask for the last 2 frames and just use the same mask. So I'm going to copy it from this layer and then put it on that one. I've seen like 10 seconds I fixed it. You can still see a little bit of contrast flicker here. No, that's not what I want to do. But it's so much better. You don't have the... You can... I was seeing the shadow was the shape of the boats. So that was pretty funny. But here I'll be easier to clean. All right, there it is. Much better. Yeah, I guess tracking the mask was pointless. All right, and then now to remove even more. Depth flicker. Sorry, we're gonna go to digital earner key and flicker. All right. This should be good. We should be good with this clip. So it takes a while enough for the Dirty Nights. But yeah, it's pretty interesting to see everything we can do on a time lapse to make it better. Okay, so we have like we have time lapse, but usually like everything here is a bit much in my opinion, especially at night. It can create some sort of weird glow around the planes. So the sensitivity, I sometimes go back like to 10, time radius to 3, and then remove a little bit of thresholds here as well. I believe motion compensation kind of help as well. Let's see around our boats right now, which is like between 10 and 11 seconds. Oh, I mean third quality. Can I load a half quality? It's a pretty powerful tool, you know. It's like other time-lapse depth flicker. It's like you don't need big values, even though you can go to like 60 or 70. Oh, that boat. Oh, I gotta remove that one. Yeah, our boat was right there. It's gone. And the flicker is gone. It was right here. Wow. We can maybe push a little bit more here. Let's see how that looks now. Okay, I'm sorry, I gotta remove that boat. It was like a few frames before. Yeah, that one needs to go. Sorry guys, always something to do on the time lapse here. I could remove all of them. It's just, yeah, it's not. I don't think we need, but this one is like only on 1 frame, so, and it's super easy. Like what you do is like, we're gonna turn it frame after, up, poof. I'm gonna go get the mask from here, copy, Command C, paste, Command V, up, that boat is gone, puff, puff, puff. We can come back here, let's see how that looks now. Boat free. Amazing. Okay, I think we're pretty good with this time lapse. I'll final check maybe if there's any other boats. But don't forget that I deactivated need video, so I need to go back to that pre-comp and reactivate it. I deactivated, unchecked it, so it was quicker to load the images. But I think we're pretty good here with this time lapse. The proxy for that one is gone, so media encoder. We're gonna quit Adobe Media Encoder, and then finally be able to edit this Wehoken time lapse. Where is it? Okay, MP4. Is that this one? No. Is that this one? Yes. All right. Perfect. Final time lapse. Final time lapse of this live stream. Let me know if you have any question in the comments below. Is it this one? Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't remove the audio. It's fine. There's no sound, but I don't know what's going on with After Effects right here. Okay. All right. Let's edit this amazing time lapse. Like, look at this. If I go like, where is it? No, just a bit before that. Oh. This is just, this is nuts. Okay, so I already checked it before. So I have an idea of what we need to remove, but first of all, first step, you know what it is? Blurry frames. I don't think there is any. Maybe towards the end, but let's just watch it now together. You always want to go to full as well when you check the blurry frames, because if you have just a small frame going half, it's just making the time lapse slightly blurry. So you really want to go to quality full right here. So far, so good. This was shot from Wehoken. Wehoken Hamilton Park. So be careful, there's two Hamilton Park not too far from each other. There's a Hamilton Park in Jersey City, which is not a good one. I mean, it's a nice park, there's no view. But this one is Hamilton Park in Wehoken. This is pretty close from, you know, Joe's New York City time lapse, the 30-year time lapse. He's like, yeah, pretty close from where he is. So far, so good. No blurry frames. Remember, that's the proxy file. So it's not as sharp as. And still my computer is like struggling loading the images in full. I gotta check if it's backing up. Yeah, sometimes it's backing up, so it's slowing down the hard drive in the computer. Are we gonna get the colors? I've seen it 20 times. I'm so excited every time the colors come back. It's exactly the type of time lapse I'm chasing, you know? Like the beautiful sunset was the amazing skyline view. No, you don't want to do it. After Effects just gave up on me right now. I might just restart After Effects real quick. Because like right now, it's just... Adobe. It doesn't crash, at least. But it's definitely struggling a lot sometimes. Alright. I'm just restarting After Effects and we can keep going on this time lapse right here. On this beautiful time lapse. Oh man. It takes forever to open. I think it's OBS Studio. I'm gonna close some stuff. OBS Studio is really just so hungry. Also, I needed a new computer probably. Alright, let's go back to the screen with the bubbly transition. Woohoo! Let's go! Also, I feel like this is why, see, I have cleaning 3. I mean, I could have. Sometimes having like, see, there's a lot of exporting composition here. So I think what I'm going to do is just new project. I'll be even quicker. So that way we can just do this, up, up, and we're back on track. I was like 10 seconds. Poof, poof, poof. Let's go. Oh, look at the slides. Ah, this is so nice. It gets so saturated. Even like in real life. Like this is the real colors right now. This is cool. Look at all orange that thing is. Oh, come on. It's an MP4. Jeez, After Effects is so annoying. Yeah, this is kind of the boring part of time-lapse, just checking every single frame like this. But you gotta do it, especially on a time-lapse like this. Like, you gotta do it. I don't remember seeing blurry frames, though. Okay, so now we're getting to the nighttime, so slower shutter speed, higher risk of blurry frames. Look at this cruise ship just leaving now. It's exactly when I saw the smoke coming from the ship, I was like, from the ship, not the sheep, from the ship. I was like, that would be perfect if the ship just leave right after the sunset. And I guess the captain heard me because he's like, all right, Emeric, we got you, bro. I'm just doing manually frame by frame right now. For some reason. Wait. Quality is not that good with the proxy, but I think it's good enough to see if there's any blurry frames. Just focus on one light of the one in the building. How long are these time lapse? This one is pretty long. It's almost 40 seconds. Because I knew I was gonna wait. We're gonna have like a nice sunset. I could tell. Like, I had a good feeling, so I went down to like 6-second interval. Oh yeah, I got a cleaning 4 up. After Effects 2023. Right now, like, I'm focusing on this light right there. Poof. If this light moves, it's either needs stabilization or removing the blurry frames. Ah. Wait. No. Damn, not a single blurry image? I mean, it wasn't windy at all. Even though I was shooting M mod, if you just, just change the settings between 2 images and you're fine. Also, make sure you have a good tripod. Sturdy tripod and ball head. Damn, that's a long time lapse. Good thing I did a proxy. Gosh damn it. After Effects, you suck. Almost at the end. Alright. Wow. Even the last frame is not blurry. Pwah! Not a single blurry image. Alright, bye Francisco. Take care, man. Alright, so let's clean that one. We don't have any blurry images. We don't need stabilization. I think we can go directly to cleaning, planes and helicopters. So let's do a quick brush tool and see what needs to be removed. Let's go back to here. We're going to go to half, bam, and then see what we can do here. Such a beautiful composition, huh? Singapore, oh yeah, Singapore is such a beautiful city, time lapse as well. clouds just make the difference when it comes to like cityscapes. So you need clouds. We have this helicopter here we can remove. So if you don't know, if you just joined me, don't know what I'm doing, I'm cleaning a time lapse right now with the brush tool, the clone stem tool. Again, I have a course about advanced cleaning called Advanced Cleaning for Time-Lapse Photography. There's a link in the description below if you want to check it out. So it's my favorite course ever made. Like, you learn all those techniques. I'm going obviously a bit slower. Here it's a live stream. I can really explain every single step of the workflow, but at least you have an idea of how I do it. Wow, not a lot of helicopters here. I think it's mostly around sunset. Yeah. Wow, it's an overall pretty clean time lapse. Pretty impressive. Like, I gotta let you know, like, it doesn't happen. Usually, like 95%, 90% of my time lapses have at least 1 or 2 blurry frames. This one didn't have any. Wow. So far, so good. For some reason, I saw this. Where is it? No. Look at those clouds like forming right above the skyline right here. So cool. Wow, this helicopter is like hard to see. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it in 1 frame, so I'm just gonna remove it on just the frame I see it. Ah, there's another one right there. No. It's kind of relaxing, you know. Take some time. Like I said earlier, just oh my goodness, yeah, that one is big. They always out around sunset. Looks like a military aircraft here. Or maybe not, I don't know. Maybe a rich billionaire. No. Come on, you gotta look at this time lapse. Just spend like half an hour cleaning it, and the value of the time lapse is gonna be so much better. You gotta take the time. Hi Jimmy, you going back there in June? Is that what you mean? You're going back to New York? And what's funny is like we're facing east right now, east, south, southeast. So it's like the opposite of the sunset. But sometimes this is when we get the reflections and the best colors in the sky. Because see, the colors are like right here, like a little bit here, but not that much. Up, we have a little one right here. Bam bam. Can't wait to share with you this time lapse in like 4K on YouTube, because it looks amazing. I'm gonna be working next week on like 360 time lapses as well. I gotta stitch the photos together, but we have 360 time lapses and more 360 videos as well that I'm gonna show you. Oh, that's a bird. Oh, that was a drone, I think. Yeah, if you take off your drone from New Jersey, I think you're fine. It's pretty quick to clean that time lapse. Actually, I thought it was going to take me more time, but there's not that many helicopters, no blurry frames to remove. After this, no stabilization to do. After that, we can just do a neat video, and then we're good. We can call it for today. Shooting random scene. Yeah, we shot with the Insta360 Pro 2. We love the camera. We love the camera. It's super sharp. It gives you like an 8K file at the end. It's like 6 cameras, I think. Yeah. And we did like time lapses in Times Square, like 360 video in Times Square, in Washington Square Park. And you know, like shooting like 7.1 or 6.3 or wider, like I don't have a problem of any dust spots. Actually, talking about it, there's one right here. Not as much as before, okay? I'll just remove this one here. But I don't think I've cleaned the dust spots in like a month, because it's probably a new line. If you shoot like 7.1 or a bit more open, usually it's just easier to, it's like blurring out the dust spots. A bit of flicker here. We need to deflicker here. Wait, the dust spots is gone for some reason. Maybe because I was like opening. Oh, it's still here, but it's less visible. It's only visible for a few frames. That's weird. I think everything else should be fine. I'm still gonna remove that dust spots here. It's not on my computer, right? Computer's screen is like dirty. Oh yeah. In June I'm gonna chase storms. I'm excited about this. I still love cityscapes. Like mixing a good storm above the city is impressive. It's different, but storm chasing is gonna be fun in June. I think everything else is pretty good. I leave the planes at night. I'm gonna leave the on. Yeah. See, we can't even see the dust spots anymore. We probably can't see it. I'm gonna see. It's probably just gonna be a few frames when the clouds are gone. Okay, so we're pretty good with the paints. What do we have here? Effects, paint, 47. It's pretty light. We're gonna create a new composition. No. Okay. Poof. All right. The X3, yeah, the X3 is nice. 10. The dust spot was like somewhere in here. I don't think we're gonna see it until the clouds are gone. It's even, yeah, it's right here. That's gonna be hard to remove one. Yeah, it's barely visible. It might be more visible on. Wait, I mean, I can't even see it now. I saw it here. It's so weird. It's only visible on the few frames. It's like right here. So from here to probably sunset. Can we see it here? It's hard to see with the proxy quality. I lost it already. Yeah, it's right there. It's only visible for a few frames. It's not that bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a mask. Déjà, I'm going to go back to French for some reason. I'm going to create a mask. So the clouds are going this way. So I'm going to take something like right under here. I do weird ass clouds, weird ass mask like this, and you'll understand. It's because you don't want like a perfect circle. And that way it's gonna look like it's part of the screen. I'm trying to move you, bro. Come on. Okay. And then you move this on top here. Wow, the colors are very different though. Yeah, it's gonna be a tricky one to remove. And then you can do a big feather. So that way you can do a big mask. You don't want to go too high here. Kind of a weird shaped a little bit. And you can do a big feather. Yeah, we can still see it. I might actually take a mask. It might be easier to take right above. Okay. I mean, do we have any clouds coming back? And there's no clouds coming back, so I'm gonna take something that is the same shade of blue right here, and then just move it over F, and then do like a 45 or 50. Look at this, it's gone. Poof, poof. And then what you can do here, I'm gonna go to transform. I'm gonna make this layer just a few frames longer, and opacity 100% here. Go to the first frame and do like a little fade in and fade out. Can we see the? No, it's pretty much gone by now. It's usually around right after sunset we can see the dust spots. That's great. You pretty much see everything on this live stream. It's perfect. Dust spots, boats, planes, helicopters, brush tools, masking, proxy. So much knowledge here. I'm gonna see if there's not another one. Usually it's in the corners. Looks good to me. Yeah. No, it looks fine. I don't think there's another one. Yep. I used to have a lot of them when I was shooting at F13 or F11. Okay, so I think we're pretty much done. We just need to do a neat video, but remember we're working on the proxy file. So we're gonna go here, I'm gonna save first. We're gonna do right click, replace the footage and the file, and I'm gonna go get the full 8K Ultra HD definition super sharp mega premium, which is that this one? Yeah, 11 gigabytes. It's 5K, so yeah, it's 40 in 5K. So that's why I didn't want to work on this file, it's too big. So now we should have the full quality clip, technically. Technically we should. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty sharp to me. All right. I think it doesn't look as sharp when I'm zooming because it's such a wide angle. Like, look how much. Oh, there was this too. Oh, okay. Like those things here. I wonder if I can clean that up. Huh. Like, take just a little piece here and duplicate it. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Look, this is like the top of some houses or whatever, condos right there. So I want to see if I duplicate this, if I do exactly like the dust spots, poof, puff, and then up, feather, and then we can do 45. 45 is too much. I mean, yeah, let's do 30. Maybe I can move this down a little bit. So cool. And that's the texture, it's the water, so what is that? No, I don't want this. The texture is the water, so you know, it's super easy to blend together. Yeah, I am that picky. There's this plant as well here. Ah, perfect, perfect. Let's remove this tree right here. Same thing, you know, super easy. We duplicate it. I think for this one, this is like the top right here. Where does the other mask ends? So I can take this area right here. So top layer, I'm gonna do like a little higher here, and then kind of the same shape. Let's see if that works. No. Oh. Oh yeah, because I duplicated one with the mask. Sorry. So I need to remove. No, I need to remove the mask number 1. What happened here? What happened? Did I? Okay. Yeah, I used the wrong layer. Sorry. So I have this mask here. This one goes here, and then on that one I gotta work. Okay. I can work right there. All right, and we take it. I mean, even without a feather, we can barely tell it's there. Do like 30. Okay, we can see a little bit. Ugh. So I'm gonna try to do like a weird ass. See, like doing like a mask kind of like this, kind of with a weird shape, doesn't make it perfect. It's not a perfect circle. It's not a perfect rectangle. It's something, and it's gonna blend easier with the rest of the time lapse. Oula! What happened here? Oh, I think I went too much. Okay. Oh, is the tree moving? Is this what it is? Ah, it's the wind. Oh wow, it's moving a lot from left to right. Okay. I think it should be pretty good here. So you know what? You know what I can do? I think I had some more content here. Yeah. I'm just gonna go all the way the entire corner. Poof. Should be fine. Unless the tree comes back. Yeah, it does come back, yeah? Oh my god. So I can't really go full corner. Right here should be good. Yeah, we have a tiny bit, so you know what I'm gonna do? You know, to remove this weird corner right there, I'm going to zoom in. I'm gonna scale. I mean, come on. Yeah, that's my perfectionism right here. But look, if you do 100.3, I'm gonna zoom in 0.3, and then I can move the clip down a little bit. Maybe 0.5. Okay. 0.5, and then move down a little bit. Ha! Okay, we don't have those houses anymore. Look at the bottom is super clean, same composition. Okay, we kind of see the mask in some areas, so we probably need a bigger feather then. Let's do 50 pixel, would that work? And maybe just do this right here. Yeah, I gotta play around, you know, with feather, with the masks. That's the only way to do it. Yeah, it looks much better now. And then just load some frames here and there to see if there's anything weird. Looks pretty smooth to me. Can't even tell there's a mask. How cool is this? How cool is this? So much you can do with masking and everything. Beautiful time lapse deserves some time, you know, to make it even better. All right, next step. Last step is going to be neat video. In the meantime, I'm going to open Media Encoder so I can show you how I'm going to export all those time lapses we worked on today. Yeah, we're going to go at night. Usually there's more grain during the night. All right. Blue hour is sometimes like when you push the exposure of the shadows a bit too much, and grains is visible. So I think something like this should be fine. And as usual, same workflow. We're gonna prepare. It's a 5K clip, so yeah. Abzi, c'est rassurant de pouvoir bricoler. Pretty much it means that it's reassuring to see me, you know, works that much or do that much stuff, and kind of having trouble fixing some stuff once in a while. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I do, and that's what when you see a good time lapse, one of my time lapse, you can really tell how much work goes behind it, but it's always like this. See, I thought there was not going to have a lot of stuff. For some reason, it said clipping here. It's fine. All right, build profile. But that's all the work that goes behind a good time lapse is all this. You got to adjust, you got to play around, you got to find something that works for that specific problem. Sharpening now. I think we're gonna go 90 here a little bit more because it's just such a wide angle. I think like 40, 45. 10% here should be pretty good. Apply. All right. Oh my goodness. Like this plugin is, it's a gem. You guys, if you don't have this plugin, like look, that thing looks super sharp. So nice. I mean, it's the sky, so it's not sharp, but okay. I was checking if the star was fine with the depth flicker. Okay. All right. All right. I think we're pretty much good here. What is this in the corner? Is that a bird? Is it the water? Oh, it's just the wave. Oh my god. All right, so we have media encoder. Media encoder is right here. Now, if you're ready to export, so you got to take your last composition, obviously. You want to take the last one. And I have actually a shortcut to send directly to media encoder. So what you want to do is, I can show you if you want to do one. You go to Edit, Keyboard Shortcut, right here. And it's like media encoder, I forgot the name. Add to Adobe Media Encoder. See, and it's like Control Option Command R. So that's the shortcut I did by myself. You can put whatever you want. There's no shortcut. There's no shortcut already in After Effects for this task, for this action. So if you want, you can just click here. Like, see, I can redo it if you want. You click on shortcut and then poof. That's just the one I selected here. Add to Adobe Media Encoder. I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to go to that one here, or just to this composition and do Command Option Command R. Control Option Command R, sorry. And we can switch to After Effects. It might take a bit of time, but it will show up right here, ready to render the video. Shortcut is amazing. If you see that you're doing the same action like 20 times in one time lapse, just go create a shortcut if there's no shortcut. If there's a shortcut, just use it. But if there's no shortcut, go in Edit Shortcut, and then just do it. It's going to take some time, but I would rather just wait and make sure Media Encoder is linked to my After Effects projects. And that way, when this time lapse is going to be there, I can go back to the other After Effects projects and then send the 2 time lapses we edited together into Media Encoder. That way we can export all those time lapses from 2 different After Effects projects at the same time, this is why it's nice to use Media Encoder. If you export and render the video with After Effects, you only have to wait for After Effects to export the time lapse before you can export another one. Another sequence. See, now it just showed up. So I have a preset for my time lapses, which is at the bottom left, ProRes 444444444 16-bit. So I'm going to double click on this. I'm going to remove that H264. We don't need it. What I like to do is always click on QuickTime to make sure the dynamic link connection works fine. It might take a few seconds as well, but at least you'll make sure Media Encoder knows what After Effects project it is, and the connection is working properly. Yeah, for the sun, tu bricoles. Ouais, je fais pas mal de travail comme ça. Un petit peu moins sur After Effects maintenant que je sais qu'il faut pas changer les paramètres. So he was talking about the sun flicker. You know, when the sun is in your shot, you can't really change the settings, or the sun is gonna, get bigger and bigger or smaller if it's a sunrise. That's why you can really change your settings when the sun is there. But if you have sun flicker, like I call it, yeah, I do definitely spend some time on this. So it's perfect at matching the source here. I think we're good. See, so now that we have the export setting dialog, we know Media Encoder is reading the right After Effects sequence. I just need to change the destination here. The output file is going to go to export, final export. We're done with this clip. And see, I have my index number system here. So I am at, checking here with a phone. What is that one? Oh yeah, 1320 Ferry Hyperlapse Chicago. So I am clip 1320. So this one would be New York. That's the first two initial of the city. 01321. That's my 1321st time lapse of my portfolio. This is We Are Dead Tonight, Sunset Wide. I'm going to click save. And this one is ready to go. So remember, I worked on another sequence, so I'm going to save this one here. I'm going to open recent and open cleaning 3 right there. And then after this, I'm going to end the live stream. Since there's a little delay, I just wanted to let you know right now that, I'm going to end the live stream once this is done. I didn't clean this one. I need to go to export right here. So I have the Brooklyn Bridge Dead 2. So you don't even have to open the composition. See, I'm going to select this one. There's only one sequence here, so I'm going to do puff, puff, puff. Command Option Control R, which is my shortcut. And then it should show up right here. See, it was pretty fast this time. I have already the same preset selected. Sometimes you have... No, basically what you want to try to do is get your desk settings or maybe slightly underexposed before the sun rises. Yeah, you'll get this silhouette look exactly like sunset. Your skyline might be slightly dark depending on what you're shooting. But then you'll stop the time lapse maybe half an hour after the sunrise and you should be properly exposed. If you shoot aperture priority, you might not see the changes as much as you do with manual mode. That's why if you're facing the sun, aperture priority might work better. Okay, so this one is linked. Okay. There's always a way. When there's a will, there's a way. Final export. So see, I have 1321. So now we have New York 1322. No, that's an O right here, not a 0. And then that's going to be Brooklyn. I'm trying to actually put as much keywords as I can in the title. Brooklyn Bridge. This is cloudscape day, for example. That's it. Save. All right, so we go. It was this one, and we have one more. I guess I could have selected both at the same time, but it's fine. 6. We have 6 composition for this one. I think this one should be good here. So up, Control, Option, Command R. All right, gonna make sure it's all good as well with the dynamic link. It's in 4K. This one, perfect. Rec 709, 60-bit per channel. Perfect. I'm going to make sure here I am 16-bit per channel as well. Should be fine though. Let me save it. You got to make sure your composition here is 16-bit if you want to export 16-bit as well. So I'm going to make sure that one is as well. Save it, media encoder, and that's it. Ready to export. Oh, I didn't change the output 5 for this one. Alright guys, I'm going to stop the live stream here. It's been like over 2 hours. Thank you so much to anyone that has been here since the beginning. If you guys have been here since the beginning. Actually, that's not from my collection, this one. So that would be Long Island City, Dead Tonight. So that would be Timelapse Company. Okay. Save. And voila. Ready to render. Oh my goodness. That was pretty exhausting, but it was fun. Thank you guys so much for joining this live stream. There's still like 13-12 people watching right now, so that's pretty fun. I appreciate if you have any ideas for any new live stream, just let me know. Again, there's an advanced cleaning course on my website called Advanced Cleaning for Time-Lapse Photography if you want to check it out. Honestly, it's only $39. It supports me, Emeric's time-lapse, for future projects and to keep doing live stream like this. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. There's some cool storm chasing content coming soon. Appreciate the time, guys. If you have any questions, obviously you can leave a comment below, not in the chat because the chat is only during the live stream, but thank you so much, guys. Honestly, it's always a pleasure to do this kind of live stream. It's always fun. So thank you all for the support. And yeah, I will just tell you, have a good Sunday then. Ciao, au revoir, goodbye, arrivederci. so many people. How viel Wiedersehen? How viel Wiedersehen?